this is more personal. What if do you think if you wore like a thobe and a turban and everything and become like a mufti in
A
the eyes,
proper, yeah,
the proper mufti,
of
would you
course.
gain followers and like masses? Will they follow you? If you kept it like
Yeah, I think
let's say, go on, no, please go ahead.
no. So I think yes. I would. I won't lie to you. I think if let's say I keep all my, you know what people say, I've got wacko views, or I've got
That
fringe
was
opinions, or I've got like crazy whatever. Let's say wacko. I keep all my wacko views, even if I kept my laughter. I keep my laughter, but I wear an imama. I grow the side of the beard out a bit. Like, let's just say, even if I don't grow it massive, but I grow it out a bit, I can keep this beard the same length, let's say, but I just grow this out a bit, and I wear a thobe. Now, I, in my heart of hearts, believe that yes, if it was for following, my following would, I feel it would easily triple. Easily, because the religious crowd, there would be several people amongst them that are happy then to kind of share my things and to do stuff, because they would just say, okay, just ignore his jokes, but look, mashallah, look what he's saying. But I want to say something.
okay.
There's two things here. One, right, is, you see, primarily the people that I want to connect with. This is a first thing I want to say, and then the second most important thing. That the first thing I want to say, the people I want to connect with, the majority of Muslims, like at least 80, 85, possibly 90%, are actually disenfranchised Muslims. They're not that religious crowd. Okay, they're the voiceless majority of Muslims who feel that they can't relate to Islam, because to relate to Islam, you need to look like that. Right. So to me, these people are much more important. The religious people have got they've got hundreds of thousands of Maulanas. Yeah. So that's that point. The second most important point, I honestly, if I did that, it's not difficult. I could just slap. I've got a thobe, or a kameez. I could slap that on and put a hat on my head and say, okay, I suppose I can't keep growing the beard out every time, but okay, let's say I grew it out. It's no big deal. Beards are in anyway. It's fashionable now to have beards. The truth would be that I know in my heart of hearts that this is just an act. Yeah, I am just doing this to gain a following, or to have people accept what I'm saying. Now, what will happen is, when people, because I'm not being genuine to myself, I'm not being sincere, Allah first of all says that akhlisu lahuddin. This is the thing. Be sincere, be true to you about his deen. Right? So whatever that deen is to you, be true to it. Now, what will happen is, let's say people who do have an issue with me, this is where the drama will begin. That, oh my God, look, we caught him out looking like this. We caught him out doing this. We caught him out. You're pretending to be this pious person that you're not. You just be real. Be who you are. Some people will hate you. Some people will like you. Some will listen to you. Others won't. It's okay. People can look at me and say, look, you know what? He's a nutcase. I don't want to listen to him. Khalas, it doesn't bother me. But at least if they do listen to me, they're not in for any surprises. I'm not this closet kind of, like, I'm pretending to be pious, and then you're going to come, oh my God, you know what? I saw him the other day with this t-shirt on, and he's doing like this, and he's laughing his head off, and he's, what the hell? I'm being like that in public. So you can say to me, look, oh, I don't like you, and I'll walk away now. That's absolutely fine. But to me, at least I'm being real. I would have lived my life. Look, when we reach, there's been I've shared this before, there's been a very fascinating study done with, you've got certain people in palliative care towards the end of their life. They've, unfortunately, they're suffering from terminal illnesses or whatever. And there's been studies done where some researchers have asked them, what are some of the greatest regrets they've had in life? Yeah.
Right.
Now, what? And they've kind of summarized them into the top 5. But one of the greatest regret that people had in life was they said, I wish I didn't care as much about the opinions of others, and I was just more true to myself. That, now that life with me has reached its end. Like, these people had something like 5 weeks left to live, 6 weeks left to live. Like, they were dying, and they said that, I wish I did that. Like, I cared. Look, people care about the opinions of people who don't even know them. I don't even, like, come on,
That's very
like if you've got thousands of viewers, let's say, you wouldn't, and you've got haters, thousands, you don't even know them. Like, they have no input in your life. If I was to care about them that much that I become fake, I would rather just live happy, live my way, laugh my head off, have my understandings. And when that time comes, that life is coming to an end, at least I will feel that, alhamdulillah, at least I lived happily. I lived in my way. I was true to me. Whether and people around me, it was good. Like, whether somebody living 5,000 miles away from me, who didn't even really know me, whether he hated me or not, I don't care. It's like, to me, like, what difference does that make? Some guy who I don't even know. So yeah, I hope that shed some light.
Right. So your point is, you just want to reach the specific masses that.
I mean, that's part of the point. The other point is, I feel that it wouldn't be genuine. Like, I feel that it wouldn't, and there is a little add-on point you could put there. The add-on point is part of the shock factor does once again bring Islam back to its roots. Because the truth is that in the Prophet's time, they didn't have this uniform. They didn't have this, you would have seen, like, if you brought some of the companions today, like, in all honesty, they wouldn't be allowed in some of these mosques. They were allowed in. It'd be just about tolerated to only just pray and leave. Come on, like, the companions had like braided hair. Some of them walked around topless. Like, they just wore a sarong kind of thing. They wouldn't be allowed to sit on a minbar and preach to the Muslim.
Ahlul Sufa won't even be allowed in the mosque.
Yeah, they would be.
Right.
They had like the Salaf had like ponytails, and they had like braided hair, loads of different plaits and things like that. You think these people today would allow them in the masjid? Or they might allow them to pray, and then they would ask them. They'd never allow them to sit on a minbar. So you see, this facade of Islam with this turban and this kind of thobe, it's not from the Prophet anyway. So why sacrifice who you are for something that isn't even from this deen? The deen began as strange, something that was not, Bada al-Islamu ghariban, and it will return to that state. So I feel that, yeah, like, people look at me and they find it odd that how can you be a mufti looking like that? But it's in that oddness that if they can manage to withhold their being judgmental nature, they will find the trueness of Islam. So that's my kind of message. But Shirazi, it's been absolute